Hello everyone, this is Diane. It is a Monday and it is raining again, just a little bit today. I had to go out and run my errands, which included mailing a bunch of stuff at the post office, packages, so thank you very much for purchasing all of the ephemera that I listed yesterday. I was pretty surprised at how quickly it sold, and I just want to say thank you so much. And so that tells me I need to make more and put some more stuff in my shop, since you guys seem to like it. But I thought today I would just do a little video, just a kind of a short one, to talk about what I'm going to make this week. And they are very simple, unembellished journals that I'm going to be putting together this week. The first one is going to be for me, and I'm using this book, and it's going to be a special collage book. If you've been watching my channel for a long time, you may have seen this book that I made 3 years ago. It's a collage book that I got the idea from Paula Lizola, and I don't know, I don't see her much anymore. But she had a channel, and she only had a few videos. I haven't checked it out lately. But anyway, she used to post a lot in Junk Journal Junkies on Facebook, and she just did these really gorgeous collages in a list book, and I loved it. Just had one space for writing your list, and then you would collage around it. And I really had a lot of fun doing that. So I was thinking I wanted to do it again, but I don't necessarily want, I'm just going to flip through it while I talk a little bit. I don't necessarily want a list book, but I wanted to be able to do this again. So the other night when I couldn't sleep, I was lying in bed thinking, and it came to me that I have some special scripture verses that really meant a lot to me during the weeks and months and the time after my husband passed away. And I put them on index cards and just took them with me everywhere I went. When I went back to work, I had them with me. They were just always with me, so I could refer to them and just have them for my peace. And I really needed them. And I thought I would like to put them in a special book. So I'm going to find those cards. I haven't actually had them out since I moved, but I'm going to go find them and actually make a little journal that I will have a space to write the verse, and then maybe a note about the verse and how it helped me or what it meant to me, and then just collage around it. And the collage won't pertain to the words in the verse at all. It's not going to try to depict the verse. It's just going to be collage, because that's what I like doing. I like pulling out images that I like and adding things to them and making them pretty. So that's what I'm going to do with the new little book that I'm going to make. So this is the book I'm going to use. It's from the 1920s, and it's called The Music Hour. It was a children's songbook, so it just had the one line, the one melody line with big notes and beautiful, beautiful illustrations. So I'm going to be using some of these illustrations in my collages. I've already started cutting some out, as you can see. That's some there. The book measures just a little over 6 inches wide, just a tad over 6 inches. That was a funny noise. By about 8 1/4. My tablet is in here, and I think it was just a little reminder. Yeah, I have a little reminder set because I do my Bible study with my young friend at 3 o'clock on Mondays, and we're approaching that time. So anyway, that's why this video has to be a little on the short side. So I'm excited about using this book. I love this image. I love the fabric cover. I love the vintage look. And I did wipe it down, but it's stained because it is very old. I can put book corners on the rough edges of the rough corners. But look at this. It says Ex Libris and has place for name and address and school. It says, when you use a book, are you careful with it? Do you try to keep it clean? Do you refrain from writing or marking in it? Do you resist the temptation to roll up the corners of the pages and tear out little nips? If so, good. If not, try to think of books as human beings with feelings, just like yours, and resolve today to treat books as friends. So I'm glad that's there. I'm going to keep it. And there's one on the back too. So I have cut my pages and I'm going to show them to you. I'm going to show you what kind of pages I'm using, and I'll do a little bit of work. Like I said, I'm not going to embellish them at all until the book is put together, and then I start collaging in it. But I am going to add some tabs, and I don't know, I'll have to go through and see if there's anything else I need to do. But in addition to that, that won't take me long to do. I'll just have to make the cover and sew it all together because, like I said, no embellishing, no ephemera, nothing else has to be done. So when I'm done with that, I'm going to make some glue books. I am going to make 6 glue books. 3 of them will be reserved. First come, first serve. I will reserve 3. One of them, I already have someone interested, so I just have to contact her and let her know this video is up so she can choose which one she wants. So then there will be 2 more that can be reserved, and the other 3 are just going to be listed. I want to do half and half. So I'm just going to show you which book covers I'm using to make glue books. So we have this one, Hi Mr. Robin, and this is from 1970. It's one of the really heavy, really sturdy book covers. I love the picture on the front, and it measures 7 3/4 by almost 10 inches. So this is a good size. The pages will be big enough to make a nice glue book page, and then there will be smaller pages in it too. I will include some of these book pages, but just a few, because I'm going to put other pages in. So maybe these pages will find their way into the other glue books that I'm making also. So this is a really pretty blue color too. So there's that one. And then I have 3 My Book House books that are going to be turned into glue books. There's Story Time and In the Nursery. And I don't know, I was going to do this one, but I'm going to save that for something else. So there will be another My Book House book. I don't know which one yet. And a craft colored smash book. Now this one is ready for the owner to begin by collaging on the front, even on the back, like I did with this one. This one was just a plain cover, and I just made a nice collage on it and Mod Podged it with just a whole bunch of elements, and then I did the back also. And I really love doing these. I love making collages like that. So someone who likes to collage might want this book. And I will cover up that, and then the rest will be available for you to collage. And there's a pocket in the back. Some of it might be covered with the fabric that I use for the binding, but you'll still be able to stick something in there if you want to. And there is a pen loop. And then there's this one, 5 Centuries of American Costume. It's a fabric cover with a silver. Can you see it's silver? Yeah. This pretty lady. Looks like a Regency period costume that she has on. So some of these books I will cover the end papers, like that one. And not the Book House ones, because they have a nice end paper. And the Mr. Robin one I will cover, because there's a lot of tape and they're not very nice looking. And this one has an old library pocket from 1972. It's the first time it was used, and I'll include that somewhere in the book. Probably I'll put it on the back cover once I have it all completed. I have pages and envelopes and scrapbook paper and all kinds of stuff pulled out to start putting these together. So now back to this. I'll just show you the kinds of papers I put in here. And I'm gonna put some tabs out here. I was looking for these plastic ones, these bread bag ones. I want to use those. And maybe some others, so I'll just leave them there. So I have 3 signatures put together, and I can't remember if it's like 10 pages or something like that. Maybe not quite 10 pages in each signature. I didn't want to make it too fat because I'm going to glue on every page, so then it'll get really fat. So this one, this is all done, and it doesn't have an alligator mouth, and that's what I want. I want it to be like this, which means that it will have to start out with these two pretty much touching, and then as I fill it up, it'll thicken up like that. So obviously I have scrapbook paper, and there's lots of pink in my scrapbook paper. I thought, why not use my favorite color? Even though the cover's green, I can still have pink inside. And then I took the cutoffs and added that. I have some lined paper in different colors. This is from a large appointment book. Didn't mean to put 2 in a row there. I think they got stuck together. This is from another appointment book. They're not old. This is 1990. A vintage children's music book. So I could leave these images showing if I want to. And oh, I was going to say, these look like 1-2 buckle my shoe pictures, and look, I didn't even look at that. Alright, so anyway, I don't have to cover everything. So if I want some of this to show, I can let some of that show and just collage on it, but just let some of those pink polka dots peek out. I have a plaid glassine bag in here, so I can collage on here. I can put something inside the pocket that I can collage on. And on the other side, I cut this part off so I can put a card in there also. So I'll make sure I put a card in there. There's another cut off. This is end paper from a book about furniture. And then I took a vintage postcard from the Metropolitan Museum of Art. I found a set of these at a flea market a couple years ago, and I love that chair. So I just attached it to a Quizmo card with wide washi tape, and I could put that in like that. So I probably won't want to cover that chair up. I could write something here if I wanted to, but I can collage on the back. There's a vintage piece of graph paper from the DuPont company. And this is a page from a children's book, which is in the center, so I could leave it like this and collage here and here, or I might seal it shut once it's sewn in and put a card inside it. Is there anything different in here? This is from an old photo album or scrapbook that I found at a flea market. Some more lined paper. Each signature has a different sack, so this is one that looks like it's made out of notebook paper. Shorthand page, a map page. This is a 6x6. I think it was, we are memory keepers. I think it goes like that actually. I just folded one edge like a flap, and I can sew it into the signature like that. I could attach something to that if I wanted to. There's one of my business envelopes that I've been saving. And a page from a golden book. It's a full spread, and I just folded the flaps to make it the right width. This is just a special page that I've had for many, 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 many years. I bought it at a printing press in Williamsburg, Virginia. You could go in and tour, and this was available for purchase. It was a a pad of a variety of, it had papers, but a variety of printers' logos or whatever. And I kind of hoard it. I have used pages from it in smash books and junk journals, but I wanted to make sure I put one in one of my books. And this is from a vintage airmail envelope, and that will be sewn into the center. And then on the last signature, I don't know if there's anything new in here. There's a different bag. Looks like all the same kind of stuff. I did put one of the Mr. Robin pages in here, and then I again took a postcard. This is actually from a game. No, it's not from a game. It's a postcard. And this is from a watercolor paper that I colored somehow. I don't even know, I don't remember what I used to do that with, but I just cut a piece of that and added it on. And I'll probably put an envelope in the middle there too, or a book page and seal it shut. So those are the kinds of pages that I'm using in this book. Oh, and also I have this. I want to cut some of that. This is one of those rolls of paper that you can get at Hobby Lobby. I just have some cut, so it's easier for me to handle. So I'm going to cut a piece or two of that to put in this book. So I'm just going to go through and see where I might want to put some tabs or maybe put some cards in there. I think I'll put a tab at the top of this page. I have these that got printed on thin paper, so I don't really want them sticking out of a book and being really used as a tab, but they're so pretty. I'm just going to glue one right there. Just getting a paper that I can glue on. Of course, I could add the tabs once the book is sewn together, but I'd rather do it now. So since I want to do collages, I don't want to put anything too fancy in there. I do like that. Just gonna trim it to fit in. Okay, good. So I'll put a tab on that. It's wrong way. It's textured on that side. Ouch. Just poke that pin into my finger. So I have some exciting news too. Oh. Since today is Monday and it's May, I was thinking I should be going down to the Stockyards flea market today. The outdoor flea market that I love to go to. Well, of course they're not open because of the quarantine. But I wondered if they had any notice on their Facebook page of like when they might be opening. So I got on their Facebook page this morning and it says they plan on opening next Monday. So yay, I'm so excited. So maybe next Monday you might get to see a haul if I get to go there and if I get to find anything there. It's very rare that I don't find something when I go there, and especially the first day, I usually find quite a bit. So I'm excited. I'll find a little card to tuck in there. I'll just have that in there. I'll just paper clip it on there so I know what I want what I want going on here. And I think I'll put one of my bread tags right here. I don't know if this will work on it. I usually use my this stuff. Might as well just do it. Might as well do it right. Glossy accents. I like to glue down plastic and metal and stuff with this. I used to use this for fabric and ribbon and lace too, until I discovered the Fabri-Tac stuff. And this takes longer to glue, to dry, I mean. I'm going to set this aside so it can dry. Put a plain card in there and then I'll collage on it. I wanted to ask you if, did I already ask you? Because I did a different video and I'm not going to use that video. And I know I asked you in the other video, but I wanted to ask if a book like this is something you would like to see in my shop. If I used one with a neat cover and then just put plain pages in it like this and, you know, included the cards and tabs and everything, just like I'm doing. Is it something you would be interested in purchasing so that you can do collage or glue book in it? And if I used a plain book cover, I could do the collage on the front and back like I did on my own, or, yeah, I would probably do that. I don't want to put plain ones in my shop. And then you could collage on the inside. So I am going to keep making glue books, but these are just slightly different. They're a little smaller. And I'm doing a little bit of extra to them, just a little bit with the bags and the tabs. Now this one was one of the half tabs. So I think I'll just glue that there. And are you interested in seeing me actually work in my book, like do my collages? I usually get a pretty good response when I do a glue book video. So if you don't know what a glue book and collage book and all that stuff is, I'm going to link a video showing where I talk about glue books and showing glue books. But there's also a playlist on my YouTube channel here that has a bunch of my videos about glue books or using a glue book or collage book or something. So you can go to that playlist and check out the videos that are there. quite fit. Some of these tabs are digitals that I printed and cut out, and some are ones that I punched with my whale tail tab punch from Stampin' Up! And some I made with my Cricut. But I like to keep a collection of tabs. And I just replenished it with whale tail tabs. I did a whole bunch of them one night. And I put quite a few of them in the ephemera packs that I sold. I put a dozen in 8 different packs. So 8 times a dozen. That's a lot of whale tail tabs. Plus I had a whole bunch more to put in my stash. One of these paper ones again. Slip that in there and I can collage on that. Oh, I delivered the penguin journal to my friend that I made it for. I had to go to the post office, so I messaged her and told her I'd be dropping it off. But of course we're social distancing, so I put it in a bag and just told her I'd hang it off her doorknob. So I did. Put the bag on her doorknob and then rang the doorbell and stepped back so that when she opened the door we could see each other and say hi, but not get too close. But when I was walking down the driveway to get to her back door where she wanted the book hung, there was a penguin, one of her penguin collection. It was in the window, and it was masked. Well, that penguin is following the rules. This is a card that has, I don't remember what it came with, but it's got the acid mark on it from whatever it was leaning up against. So I'm going to add that right there because it's cool. So I just thought it was funny that my friend had her penguin masked for protection. And she messaged me and said how much she loves the book. It's going to take me a while to collage on all these pages, but that's okay because I will enjoy doing it. I'll put a bread tab on this one. Let that dry too. I'll probably be going back to work in a couple of weeks. I could go back now if I wanted to. Well, Hallmark is giving us hours if we want them. And my coworker is working 2 days, like 4-hour days a week. 2 4-hour days. And she has been for a few weeks, but nobody told me. I talked to my supervisor. I got in upside down. I'm going to put it, no, I'm not. Okay, it's going to go this way, but the opening is on this side, and that's okay. My supervisor is the one that ordered baby boy journal. So she messaged me to see if I had started it, although she doesn't need it till sometime in July. So I told her I haven't. That's going to come after the glue books. But then that's when I found out that my coworker's been working. But they didn't tell me because they knew that I was trying to be safe since I'm over 60. So anyway, she said I could go if I could have half of the hours if I wanted them. It would only be 4 hours a week right now. But that would be a good way to get back into it, right? Because I feel like I'm not a very social person, and I like to stay home. And I think I've gotten used to having the excuse to just stay home. Nobody can ask me to go places and do things because they can't. And now it's like pretty soon I'm going to be losing that. And don't get me wrong, I do want to be done with the quarantine. I want to be able to go out and see people and go to my craft stores and stuff like that. Let's do it that way. But anyway, I told her I'll wait a couple more weeks before I jump back in. I really don't like the idea of having to work in a face mask. It's hard enough for me to do my shopping. And I don't have asthma or anything, but it's hard. I can't imagine having asthma and having to wear a face mask. It's just fun having flappy things in your blue book. Well, that's upside down, that tab in the writing, so I'm going to turn it this way. My camera might shut off, and it is time for me to get ready for my Bible study with my friend in just a few minutes. I've got a few more minutes. Ooh, these will be fun to add. Yeah, keep those out where I can see them. Just looking for an envelope to put in the middle. Nothing too fancy because I want a collage on it. Not too big. Well, these are cool. These are map cards for New York City. You could buy the set of cards, and yeah, I'm going to put that in there. That's cool. I think I found that set of cards at the Salvation Army. Oh, it's already got the cap on it. All right. Let's add a tab to this. We're almost done. Then maybe after the phone call, we do our Bible study over the phone until we can get back together again. Maybe when I'm done with that, I'll be able to make the cover and then sew it all together tonight. Then I can start on glue books tomorrow. I don't think I want this here because they're too close together, so I'm gonna switch this here. Because this flap was in the way. But I want to put something there, and I might not want to. Yeah, I can put something over her wing. Yeah, we'll make it work. I think I'll have to trim this. This is a printable that I've had in my stash for a long time. I think it's just something I found on Pinterest. Jello and the Kewpies. I'm gonna have to trim some more. Well, I didn't get to add those in. Should have added those to a flap or something. Maybe I still will. Check out my envelopes. Oh, that's crooked, but it is not moving, so it's going to stay crooked. Let's go back here. I don't want that to get in the way either. Too many flaps. But let's put that right there. Ooh. I just finished those strawberry journals and I didn't even know I had that. That's okay, because now I get to keep it. Oh, that sticks out. Oh, darn. Have to put it back a little further. See if I have a place for one more in here. Then I have to go. And my battery might cut me off before I get to actually say goodbye. I guess I don't have a business envelope in this one. We'll just tuck it in here. For now, I might glue it on somewhere later. There. This is put together as much as I'm going to do. It's got extra stuff on it. The flaps and tabs and stuff. I'm going to add a couple of these sheets and then I'll make the cover and sew it all together. So thank you, and let me know what you think about putting some of these type of things in my shop. Thanks for watching. Bye.